Hey y'all, this is my 21 Park Chronicles.
Well, I took what I learned. The ingenuity, the class, the charisma, the steps, the movement, the hesitation, the wait, to be curious, very curious, create an atmosphere.
I burn hot like lava, shoot hot in
My name is John J.T. Wells, most Jonathan, but we out here on 222nd and Barnes Avenue, 3860. This is what I raised at, this house right here. We came up here in the early 70s, about 74, I should say, 74. Growing up here was amazing. I had so much fun, just being able to come to a neighborhood where it was basically like a lot of kids, but it was safe around here. And it's just the journey was just retarded. It was just a fun thing to do up here. I mean, you had 21 Park this way, I'm in the middle, and you had Olinville Park this way, going straight down. So I had a choice. I could either pick Olinville Park or I could pick 21 Park. But for whatever reason, it was a good reason, I gravitated towards 21 Park because I went to 21, PS 21. And going to PS 21, coming from Harlem, coming from downtown, was different. At first, it was a rocky adjustment, but I was able to fit in. I was able to hold my own, And some of the people I first met coming into 21 Park or going to 21 school period was a guy. He lived right around the corner here on 221st, on 220th, matter of fact, in Bronxwood, named Eugene, called Gino. He's no longer here with us. But Black Gene, we called him. He was the very first dude I met in PS 21. And then you had another guy named Kevin Jones, we call him Ellis. He lived right down the block from us. Us three coming out, I'm always coming out. A lot of people always travel this way. We had a little bar right here. It was an Italian bar, which is now a grocery store. St. Luke's Church wasn't even here when I moved out. I remember when they just built that. And you had white boy Andy that lived across the street. There was a few white people that lived around here too. That's another thing. And growing up around here, we did have to face a little racism because they had a lot of little Italians and whatnot. And we had a lot of little fights, little squabbles. Fortunately, we won. We won a lot of them. And we just had a lot of people that was from Harlem that moved up here and had houses, This house right here, you had some people that was from Harlem. You had Chris Todd. He lived across the street from me over here. You had Jason and Bernard. He lived up the block from me, which is good dudes. We all, hung out, played as young, especially running through the backyards. This building wasn't here. This is a new building. And who else you had? There's quite a few of us. It was so long ago. I can really remember everybody. But like I said, I gravitated towards 21 Park. Played basketball. We played baseball, punch ball, and that's what Gene was good at. Gene used to punch the ball over the fence. So when Brian Manning, another good dude I met growing up from young, he used to always pick us for the team. So I always had the fortunate play with Gene. Gene would knock the ball over the fence and lose the ball. Lose the ball. So the game was over, and we ended up winning. But it was just, growing up here was just so, it was vibrant. It was very alive, It wasn't too much chaotic shit going on. Everybody knew each other. That's the best part. You had 21 Park is really considered a family park because you had so many family people living in that park, playing in that park, coming to the park. You had the Moses, you had the Montagues, you had the Rocks, you had the Tuckers, you had the Tates, you had the Andinos, you had everybody that was all related. Everybody knew each other, so it was never really nothing too crazy or chaotic. You never really seen nothing, that was horrifying. Like once in a blue, you might get that, every other year, every other 2-3 years, you might get something wild, but it never was nothing really crazy. We had Andy's barbershop right here. Had this building. It had a building right here. I remember this building was abandoned. Now they didn't fix it up and got people living in it, which is good, a blessing. As we start moving around the neighborhood, I can show you different little landmarks and whatnot in terms of who lived over here, and, what used to happen, what used to go on over like on Bronxwood, like on Bronxwood. I hung out on Bronxwood. This whole little area, this whole little section, like I used to tell people when I come downtown, when I hang out with my friends downtown, they was like, yo, Jay, where you at in the Bronx? I said, yo, I'm way uptown in the North East section of the Bronx, And it's hard for them to picture unless I say, well, I'm not too far from Edenwald, or you know what I mean? Or I'm not too far from 241st Street, like that. That's how they can, kind of relate to where I'm at, understand where I'm at. But a lot of my friends from Harlem won't come up here because they said it was too far. It was like going to Westchester. It was like going. They thought I would live way up in Poughkeepsie somewhere. When I say that, and that's the fun. That's the bugged out. That's the funny thing. I see y'all. I used to jump on a 2 train and shoot straight down, and I'm in Harlem. Then I come back, and I'm back in the Bronx. So it was like the travel was okay because it was a straight route. I didn't have to get off and take no extra trains and none of that. I wasn't getting lost, none of that. You could just jump and go. A crazy funny story was that I remember there was a guy and his family, Lancasters, my man Andre, Big Dre. Dre moved to Lincoln, and I said, yo, I used to live in Lincoln. I said, I'm at 2199. So he's like, why? He said, yo, we just moved down there. So it was funny. We was all playing ball in the park. We got nice. We used to do whole avenues, boys club. So we all played ball real, we all used to go out and rock. Matter of fact, my man Gregory Rock got me into playing basketball like that on a regular basis because I would only play for recreation. Like sometimes if it wasn't nothing to do, I'll come out because I ain't want to get dirty. I ain't want to scuff my sneakers up. I ain't want to, I ain't want to put a hole in my jeans. I ain't want to rip no shirts, none of that. I was always wanted to stay fresh. That's it, which my grandparents surely did. They definitely kept me fly. My mom's definitely kept me fresh all the time. So I wasn't trying to mess up none of my gear. I always had the latest shit. AJ Lester's was definitely the spot for me. True Man's was always the spot for me growing up. And I didn't want to mess none of my gear. So I got encouraged to play ball. So I come out, I'll play some ball. I was on a full court. But Andre and them, his family moved downtown. And I told him, I said, yo, I'm familiar with all that. The Bath House, Kennedy Center. I said, I used to go to 197, so I already knew exactly where he was at. So we'll come down and visit until it got too much of a burden to be traveling. That travel was wearing me out. Jumping on that train, shooting all the way downtown to Harlem, and then coming all the way back. That was the wear out. So we just got so is that we kind of lost contact, and later on in years we hooked back up and got back in contact with each other. But this right here was like, this was our turf. This was our turf. This is everything. This is us. We did all this shit here. Now here we are. We're on Bronxwood between 221st and 220th. Another one of my little hangout locations. Back in the days, this used to be Skylines. We had Harold and Edmund Candy Store right here, which was a storefront for weed spots back in the days. And everybody, they didn't have weed spots like they have right now. Now smoke shops is legal. Back in the days, they were illegal, but this is where we hung out at. This is where we did our numbers. I had a beautiful time up here on Bronxwood. I have Philbert's house right here. We used to hang out all day, all night. A lot of good people. My man Gene, I was talking about earlier. God bless him. We lived in this building right here. And I just call him out the window, woo, and he'll come down if he's up there. And we'll talk about what we're gonna do for the day. If he had other plans, I'd say, yo, listen, we'll get up later on. But this is the block. like a lot of memories. We did a lot of numbers right here. 220th Bronxwood. He had the Holders who lived over here. God bless them. Mike Holder, Maurice, and his brother. See, everything seems so small now as you've grown. When I was little, it just felt big. Everything's just spacious, spaced out. Now it's all small and congested. It's just one of the many locations, man. We used to always grow up and run around, ride our bikes through, you know. Just give you a better understanding of the area we grew up at and came from. Just thinking about it, I said, wow, I got 48 years up here. This northeast section of the Bronx. Might be longer, might be 50. I gotta calculate it right, but yeah. Some old stomping grounds neighborhood. 21 Park has had a tremendous impact on my life. 21 Park has groomed me. Definitely, the people in here that, you know, like I tell people all the time, you know, I don't just represent myself. I represent those that grew me, had a hand in growing me up, had a hand in, you know, teaching me things that's gonna, you know, help me later on in life. Survival skills, definitely. But yeah, this park right here, man, it's like right now, it's totally different. They done changed it up crazy. Like we had a pool, we had basketball courts. The moon courts was definitely official. You had to be official in order to be able to shoot on those courts, and that gave us the advantage. Because when we went to other courts and played with backboards that were square, we was already nice with it. But coming to play on courts, like when you go somewhere else and you play on courts like moon courts, we already was at home. We already knew how to score on those. You know, we did our thing on those. But this park here, man, the people that was here, that was in it, I had a blessing to be able to grow up around them dudes, man. I had a lot of big brothers. I ain't had no big brother growing up, but I had a lot of big brothers outside the household, for real. You know, over here with these buses and that. Show these buses right here. Over here, the entrance, late at night, 2, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. They just had the biggest dice games I ever seen. You know, biggest dice games. Matter of fact, because they had the dice games, I never went to summer youth program where you work for your money and all that. Because in the summertime, my job was right here in 21 Park. You know, running errands, going to the store, making sure I get sandwiches for dudes that were betting, going to get extra bags of dice, getting the whole racks. Old man Kev, we used to sit out here all day, DJ. Winston Stutter, big brother, helped raise me. You know, Kenny, all of us, Kenny, same thing. Showed me a little extra skills on the ball court. You know, and we just had fun, man. It was good, wholesome fun. Like, I remember one time, we had an old man, I can't think of his name. It began with a W. But he lived in this house right here. Come to find out, he was from Harlem as well. Because one thing I noticed about this area, there was a lot of people that came up here from Harlem, that was you know, originally from Harlem, but we moved uptown to the Bronx. You know, and that was the connection. Everybody get to, you know, once they get to talking and mingling with each other, they find out that they're from Harlem. Now, it was an old man over there. Sometimes he'll see me shooting, and he'll say, "Okay, you left-handed, you lefty." And I'm like, "Yeah, you know." I said, "Yeah, all right, I see you play, you got a little game." I said, "Okay, you know." But it wasn't really, like, basketball really wasn't my thing. You know, like I said, it was recreation for me, and that, you know, as I started getting better, my game developed, but I just really didn't take an interest in it, like, you know, like most people would have. Like I said, God bless dead, my friend Rock, he was more into like, yo, B, play ball, Jay, play ball, Joe. You can do your thing, play ball. Like, you know, even Horse Horse is not here too. Horse is another good guy. You know, like, yo, Jay, you can do, you know, a lot of dudes see my potential and say, yo, you can do this, you can do that. But Horse is another one who try to keep me doing things, keep me busy, other than the negative things I was doing with myself. But, you know, that's another story. I'm going to get more into that later on. But I'm going to go back into playing basketball. right here. I used to be sitting in this class right here. I had one summer I had to do summer school because of a serious incident that I had inside school 21 that led me to go to 103. I had summer school. I'm sitting right here in this park, and I'm watching Cy Adams practice. You know, Cy Adams, he's from out of Laurie Place. He's not here with us no longer neither. He had a mean game. You know, a lot of them dudes that had game, I noticed they used to come out and practice solo by themselves. Like you'll see them, like how Cup said Rock used to do the same, Greg used to do the same thing. There's a lot of them dudes, they perfected their game just by coming out here practicing. And you had the square courts and you had the moon courts. I'm sitting over there and I'm watching Cy dunking. I said, yo, I'm gonna do that shit. I said, I like that, you know? And that's what kind of made me kind of like pick up the basketball along with my friends pushing me like, yo, Jay, come on, yo, come out. You know, when they was running the full courts, I was able to get up on it and run with them, and my game was up to par. But as soon as I scuff my sneakers, I'm ready to go to the store and buy me a new pair of sneakers. Or I'll go buy some sneakers in advance just to play in, because like I said, I didn't like getting dirty. I didn't like getting sweaty and all that. So, you know, Mark Moran, another guy, mentor like a big brother. You know, I watched them play a lot. Definitely inspiring. You know, definitely encouraged me to step my game up and play a little bit more. But sometimes I just, you know, it was too sweaty for me. I just like, nah, I'm not getting what I got on dirty today. So, you know, and I wanted, you know, I go change up, and that's what I did 3 times a day here in this park. Change up. That's for sure. No matter if it's spring, summer, winter, fall, you know, if we hung out in here. In the summertime, this was definitely a fashion show because all the girls came through here. You know, we had some of the baddest joints that came through here, especially when they had a tournament in here called Dutch Memorial. Dutch Memorial tournament brought the money out. It brought the money out for sure. You know, you had guys, Guy Fish, all them dudes from downtown. They came up here. They was up here. You know, welcome home to him. And it was just lit. It was lit. This area was a money area. You know, it was a good middle class area. You know, we had people that, you know, was good, people that was working class, you know, and they was up here. And we had fun up here. You know, they had a little hole in the gate. Like I said, I remember one time some Jamaicans came from, I don't know where they came from. That was like the first time I seen like a M16. We was shooting at some other Jamaicans that was up here. Everybody was trying to get through the little hole over there in the gate, which was bananas. It was crazy. You know, you had, as a matter of fact, you had a few Jamaican ball players. Jamaican guys used to play soccer over here. You had a dude named Neville, God bless dead, Big George. I used to come personally get Big George when we needed an extra man and play over here, and the other Jamaican dudes used to get mad as hell. They used to be like, come to mine, George. You know why you keep playing with the Yankee boy them? I said, yo, listen, George, we need you. Come on. George would come and run. George take his hat off, got his dreads flying, and we'd be up and down running all day, having fun. So that's the bond. That's the bond we developed with a lot of different guys that was from here that really wasn't like, you know, a part of our regular crew that was up in here all the time. But they passed through, they came through, they hung out. You know, we established real good friendships, you know, and it lasted. A lot of friendships lasted throughout the years. You know, all my homeboys now, Chris Montague, Pop, you know, his brother Booby, Sean, God bless dead, his oldest brother, all like my big brothers and brothers. They all nice at basketball. Kevin, we had our own Jordan right here. Kevin Rock had a mean game like Jordan. You understand what I'm saying? No joke. Dude used to be floating, doing all kind of spin reverses. Kev was phenomenal. We had our own Spud Webb right here. Brian Manning. Shortest dude in the park, fly up on you and dunk it. No joke. Official little dude. Dude was nasty with it, you know? He had a lot of phenomenal basketball players up in there that came up in this park. Matter of fact, I'm gonna touch on, I never really had to go to no college game to see the college players that come up here. You had Chris Brooks that come up in here. Malik Sealy, Anthony Pills. You understand what I'm saying? Gordy Winchester. All them dudes play right here. Yeah, I've seen all them dudes and met all them dudes right here in 21 Park. I ain't meet them dudes nowhere else but here. And then I started seeing them other places And, gradually watch their game develop and like, oh shit, them dudes, they spread out and they sprung up, But it's a lot of stories in this park, man. A lot of stories, a lot of fun. Like I said, I've been blessed to really be, watch the older dudes. They trained us and groomed us. Troy Patterson, him and his brother Mike, like big brothers, all them dudes, good dudes, Made sure, we was always okay as younger dudes. So I did that I naturally did that to dudes that was younger than me coming up in this park here because that's how I was getting treated. So I didn't treat them any different. I treat them like brothers, like, big brother, little brothers. We always here. We all knew each other. We always gonna see each other. We all just gelled and connected. We just, we ain't have no ill problems and that at all. We just was having fun. Like Cup said, they was bad. Now they was mischievous. They was real mischievous, but but they all like that as kids. You know what I'm saying? And I had fun growing up around them dudes, man, and watching them dudes grow up. And I like the fact that, no matter what I was doing, I was still being embraced. You understand what I'm saying? And so I made me embrace others as well, especially from around here, But yeah, this 21 Park is totally different. Handball court, that was always there. Handball court always had the chicks over there too, chilling, playing handball. That was a nice little section. If you over there, you trying to talk to a chick. You ain't trying to play no handball because you didn't want to embarrass yourself because them dudes over there was serious with that handball, They took a lot of these benches out of here. These benches all out here, Swings used to be this way over here. Used to be able to jump. Used to do the horse. Used to swing as high as you could and then jump off the swing onto the top of the fence. Have one leg over it. That was called like the horse. That was some daredevil. You had to be an extra crazy little kid to be doing that. You know what I mean? That wasn't the normal kids doing that. Something was missing if he was doing all that daredevil shit on the swings. That was serious. I remember one time, funniest thing, there used to be a tree right here, and it was a guy that was stuck in the tree. He was smoking dust. He went up in the tree and couldn't get down. And I said to myself, what the hell is... That was something that scared the shit out of me. I said, ain't nobody, I'll never do that. But actually it was a funny area. It was a funny times. You had a lot of funny activities going on in here, man. But for the most part, everybody was family. It was a lot of family people. Everybody was damn near related. The baseball games was great. G's Deli. I think they might have been sponsoring the baseball teams because everybody was going to get their food from them. 21, man. 21 was definitely a good school. Like I said, I met Eugene right over here. Me and him started talking. I think I was going to the pizza shop. They had a pizza shop, Angelo's, and we was walking to the pizza shop, and he asked me where I was from, and I just turned around and said, where you from? Well, you keep asking me where I'm from. Where you from? And he was like, nah, because I never seen nobody with those colored 69ers on. I had on a regular black 69ers high top. I just kept walking, and me and him just ended up, like I said, after a while he kept seeing me, and he kept, everything that I had on, he had on. So it was like most of the kids that dressed a little different had older people dressing them, like my uncles and them. And you even had to have a big brother because the shit I was wearing was stylish. So it was always known that somebody, in your family that's dressing you had to been like from a different area because, like I said, I'm coming from Harlem, come from downtown, so I had a lot of stuff that was fashionable, a lot of stuff that everybody was wearing, like the wingtip Playboys and all that. Like Easter time, we would come out here. We was playing base basketball, and our Playboys and mock necks on, and getting crazy, getting sweaty, and overlaps on, like at Easter time out here. Just that's because that's what we was doing. Then we go change up, and I might have to come back out here just to do it again. And be like, yo, why did I go change up? And he was like, I don't know, but it's hard to resist sometimes coming out here playing ball. Like, I couldn't get a full court in. It got to a point where people stopped even asking me to play. It's like, nah, Jay, you ain't playing. You ain't got time. You too busy. And there be times I be really wanting to play, but they be like, nah, in the middle of the game, we got to stop because you got to take care of something or do something. You doing something. I was like, yeah, you right, fuck it. So, you know, my hoop dreams was never pursued. I couldn't fully live out my hoop dreams and none of that, but I had fun though. You know, I had fun. Yeah. This park is so different, man. Look what they put here. Look at this. This is never here. This shouldn't be here. What's this here for? When they took the pool out of here, they put another little wooden structure here, then they tore that down and put this here for what? You don't see no kids on it. You know, I'm surprised. I don't even know why they took out the basketball courts. That one there, I don't understand. You know, they got a track there. No one's coming out here. If it had there been courts right there, there'd be kids over there shooting right now, perfecting their game. Because one thing, rain, hail, sleet, or snow, people was coming out here playing that basketball, for sure. At one time, they used to have the gym open in the wintertime. Not no more. There's nothing recreational for the kids to do. There's no centers, no nothing going on. This is horrible. You know? But I had a lot of fun growing up in this park. You know? And that's my 21 Park Chronicles.
Well, I took what I learned. The ingenuity, the class, the charisma, the steps, the movement, the hesitation, the wait, to be curious, very curious, to create an atmosphere.
I burn hot like lava, shoot higher than the stars. In the cut like peroxide, I can hit you from afar. Coming from the hood, of course, you know I know what starving is. That's like asking Batman, do you know who Robin is? Yeah, it was different type of hunger. Though I had faith, sometimes I really had to wonder how to stay strong, keep from going under.
Kobe TV.